This is Jane with Overture Region, and we're so glad you joined our cooking class today. So today we're going to do something a little different. We are going to make an Italian meatloaf with fresh basil and provolone. It sounds yummy. We're so excited, and we already pulled out our handy dandy beautiful one for y'all to see, and it does look beautiful, so we're very excited about that. But anyway, once again, we want to tell you about Tasty Traditions. It's the cookbook that we have been making all of these yummy goodies to eat from. And the reason why this is such a great cookbook is because it actually takes care of Meals on Wheels. All the proceeds, all the profits go to Meals on Wheels. Meals on Wheels is in every city, but here in Central Texas, it takes care of a lot of people who don't have food to eat otherwise, and especially seniors here in our community. So we're very, very thrilled that we can be a part of that. And the best way for y'all to do it, even though we are starting to actually be able to get out and about and go volunteer and all those different things that we get to do now, this is $19.95. If you want one, give us a call. Our number is 512-580-5500. And we would love for y'all to have one, and you can actually do this with us every week. So today, like I said, we're going to start with Italian meatloaf with fresh basil and provolone. And I don't know about y'all, but I always love meatloaf. There are some people that don't like it, but if you add all the different ingredients like this one has, it is an amazing tasting meatloaf that is an entree. My favorite thing is a cold meatloaf sandwich the next day. That may sound gross to some of y'all, but for me, love it. And my father always loved it where you would just kind of blacken each side before you put it in the bread. That was his favorite meal, and if he was here with me right now, I would have to be doing that for him. So, one of the things I did want to talk to y'all about before we start is I was watching a movie this weekend, and it was about several things, but one of the gentlemen in there was a chef. And he said he became a chef because somebody told him that cooking was all about nurturing. And I never thought about that before. To me, cooking is just a lot of fun, creativity. I love being creative, and so for me, that's what I really thought about. But when he said that, it made me stop and reflect that truly that is what nurturers love to do, and I am personally a nurturer. And I thought cooking is nurturing. It's nurturing all your friends, your family, those that you don't know. When they're sick, bring them cookies like we did last week. So nurturing to me is such a great way of talking about cooking. So let's get started. So this is pretty easy. First of all, I didn't bring it, but we use sun-dried tomatoes. Have y'all ever worked with sun-dried tomatoes? They are dried, hence the name sun-dried. And what you do is you put it in a cup of boiling hot water. And you can always use that juice for something else, but it becomes very soft and pliable, and it brings out the wonderful flavors in it. And I love sun-dried everything, sun-dried bread, sun-dried pasta, sun-dried everything, so you can tell I'm going to love this recipe. Okay, so we're going to do that, and that's what you do first, but I just wanted to tell you that. And then you just drain it, and then you finally chop it. And also you're going to turn your oven to 350 degrees. So let's get started. We're going to add 1 pound of ground beef. And this is one of those ones that I hope you enjoy getting messy because you get to really enjoy it. I also watched another movie. So you can tell I had a couple of days off because I watched a couple of movies. Another movie I watched and I highly recommend is one called Hitsville. It's all about how Motown was created and the thought process that went into it and these prodigies that they had signed up. One of the things that Barry Gordy talked about was in order to not be stagnant or to stagnate, you will have to be always thinking about new ideas, or otherwise you do become stagnant. And that's what life is all about. And like for right now, during this crazy time that we've been in, we've all had to figure out what are some new ways to do things, what are new ways to communicate, new ways to see our families, new ways to go out to eat, new ways to just do everything. And I think it's been good for all of us because we're so used to just being on the computer or just watching TV, which is what I did this weekend. But there's just so many new creative things that we've come up with through all of this period. So even as bad as it's been, it's also been a great time for all of us. So let's get back to cooking, which is what I'm supposed to be doing. So first of all, you're going to put in your meat. That's what I like to do. And thankfully, my great teammate Jess helped put everything together. I wish she was here, she would have handed it to me, but anyway. So you're going to take a cup of seasoned breadcrumbs, and we used breadcrumbs that with Parmesan in it. You can use any kind of flavoring. They had another one with garlic, they have seasoned. You just use whatever you want, or you can make your own, but we're gonna use these today. So we're gonna add a cup in here, and boy, are we gonna get messy. Then it says to also put half a cup of ketchup. I'm gonna do that last because I like to kind of stick my fingers in it. And then it says the next 6 ingredients, which would be finely chopped onion, and that would be 3/4 of a cup. And it smells so good. And y'all have seen us chop up onions and mincing onions, and you want to make it pretty fine because nobody wants like a big old chunk of onion when you're eating, so hence the onion. And then we're going to do 3/4 of a cup of fresh basil. Now this is what's going to make it smell so good and taste so good. So we already cut these up, and I meant to show this to you to show you how to do it, but you're going to take the leaves and then you roll them up and then you cut them up finely. So we've got. And I hate to waste any basil, so we're going to get it all out today. So what are some of your favorite recipes? I always ask that question and nobody tells me, but I would really love to hear it because we'd love to change this up a little bit in the next couple of months, and we would love to do some of your favorite recipes. Okay, so after the onion and the basil, we're going to add 1/2 cup of shredded, sharp provolone cheese. And so today we shredded it with something else, but you've got your provolone cheese in there. And then we're going to add garlic. So we minced up the garlic earlier. And garlic, it says 2 cloves. I personally love garlic, so this is more than 2 cloves, as you can see. And I love the way it smells. I love the way it tastes. Put the garlic in there. And then we already have this, and we also need to do our 2 eggs, and then we'll put the ketchup in there last. Put that down here. So today's been kind of a crazy day outside in the weather world here because it started off rainy, then it got sunny, and then it's rainy. What are some of the things y'all like to do on rainy days? Personally, love to read. I love to clean house. I know that's weird, but I love to clean house. Okay, so let's go back to this. So this is the fun part. We're going to add the ketchup in here. And like I said, wearing gloves is like so awesome these days. Never thought I'd enjoy them because you can do everything with your hands. Okay, so then we're going to put this all together. So make sure we've got it all in there. We have a cup of seasoned breadcrumbs, 3/4 cups of finely chopped onion, 3/4 cup chopped fresh basil, 1/2 cup of the shredded sharp provolone cheese, 2 large eggs, 2 cloves of garlic, and 1 pound of ground beef. And now I almost forgot the reason why we call this sun-dried tomatoes. Added sun-dried tomatoes. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. So you're going to squish. Love squishing. Make sure everything gets together, especially the eggs, because that's what binds all of this together. Victoria was laughing at me earlier because I said I forgot my apron. She's like, you have on a white top. Yes, I do. So we're hoping that I don't make such a mess. And see, you're going to want to make sure you get everything in here and turn it and squish. Because what you're going to do after this is you're going to create your own meatloaf. So Jess was laughing because she said, normally I've never seen anybody create like the meatloaf without putting it in a meatloaf pan. Well, actually you can, and it's very easy. If you're wondering what I'm doing, it's because I don't want to get my shirt all dirty. Okay, so we've got it all really mixed well, and this is the way it should look. And I'm going to do this and bring our finished product so you can see it, because then I'm going to show you how we make this. Okay. So I'm going to bring this over here. So this is kind of our finished product because we're going to add some ketchup on the top, and it's kind of breaking apart, and I can bring another pan. So let's do it this way. Thank you, Victoria.
You're welcome.
And like I said, always, this is live TV, so of course, sometimes it's not going to be perfect. We're going to put that down here. Okay, because we're going to use this pan again. And it was pretty. And you're going to make slices out of that. What we're going to do here is you're going to do some cooking spray in it. And you're going to put this out here, and then I'm going to show you what to do. So when you are putting together a meatloaf, it says to make it 9 by 5. I like to just pat it and then push. Pat it and get edges that are pretty edges. And it says use 1/3 of a cup of ketchup. There's some people who don't like ketchup at all on the top of it, and some who like a lot more ketchup on it. And I'm sorry my presentation wasn't as pretty today. I wish I had made it look a little prettier. So we're going to add the ketchup on the top, and you're going to spread it around. I personally like to do the sides. Some people like just doing the top. My sister just likes the top. I don't know, I kind of really like that flavor on it all the way around. And plus you can see I enjoy getting my hands all dirty. And then you're going to put this in the oven for, I'm going to take this off, for an hour. And you'll have this wonderful meatloaf when we're finished. Our team can't wait to eat it. Thank you for joining us today.